What it do? I'm Stu. Let me be your movie guy. Today we'll be talking about Dev Patel's newest film, Monkey Man. But not only is this his newest film, this is his first directorial debut. He has never directed before. He has only been an actor up until this point. But now we all have a chance to witness his newest action-packed, adrenaline-pumping film, Monkey Man. Now, you may be asking, that's a nice little hoodie he got on. I wonder what's that all about? Well, this is from Jordan Peele's third film, Nope, and it is based on a scene from the Nope film, Jupiter's Claim. And what is Jordan Peele's connection with his Monkey Man film? Well, I'm glad you asked. The answer is, so originally Netflix was supposed to release Monkey Man on their platform, but they weren't too happy with the film, so they shelved it. Insert Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele saw the film and he said, Dev Patel, I really love that film. That deserves to be seen in the theaters on the big screen around the world. So Jordan Peele's production company, Monkey Paw Productions, and Universal Studios teamed up to release Monkey Man. And that is what I am here to tell you about today. Now, is Monkey Man like John Wick? That is something that I've seen online a lot. No, it is not. Monkey Man is so far from John Wick. I'm actually proud to admit that I think I actually prefer Monkey Man over John Wick if I had to pick. But anyway, Monkey Man is drastically different from John Wick simply because of the fact that Monkey Man at its core is about changing the status quo, challenging the status quo, and not overlooking the underdog. The violence that is happening in Monkey Man is completely different from the violence that takes place in John Wick. John Wick is just a bloodbath simply because they killed his dog and he's pissed off. Monkey Man, he is pissed off for a completely different reason, and I will not spoil that reason, but I think you should go into this film thinking more so that this is not your simple revenge story with action, but your revenge story with action with like a more impactful meaning behind it. And that takes me into the type of action that made me go, wow, this is like really good. There are a lot of long takes in the film where there's no editing, there's no cutting, and you just got the camera panning and following the action, the fights, and they are so well done. I love the kitchen scene where Dev Patel's character uses kitchen items like hot sauce, stoves, pans, pots, all of those type of things. But the fighting is so fluid that I felt like I was feeling every single punch that was thrown, every kick that was thrown. I just can't think of too many fighting scenes or action films that can compare with the action scenes from Monkey Man. Also, the music for this film is very good. It has a lot of like Indian mixed with hip hop type of vibes going for it, and it definitely fits the film because I mean the film is gritty, it's violent, it's in your face, it's very unapologetic about the message that it's trying to portray, and that is why I'm very curious to know how much money the film ends up with making, like at the end of its run, because so far it's made $10.5 million domestically, and the budget was about $10 million. So they've already started to make their money back. And I'm just curious because there is an aspect of the film that I know that a certain section of people are not going to be happy about, and that would be the tribe in India that do not believe in gender. They are what Americans would view as transgender, and they don't identify as male or female, they just simply are. And that's been their way of life for hundreds of years. And the political aspect of his film includes the oppression of those people. And I liked how Dev Patel used this marginalized community and uplifted them in a really cool way. It wasn't like I'm gonna prop up this person and make them cool just for the sake of it. It was actually serving the narrative, and I thought that was really well. But speaking of narrative, I saw this with my fiance. My fiance felt as though the first hour was too slow for her. She's more of a get to the point type of person. Me, most of the times I really enjoy slow burners of films. And I also will admit, the first hour or so of the film, it was slow, but I feel like it was building more tension and moving us along in an interesting way, and not just for the sake of being, slow or taking up an hour of nothing happening. Like that's not the case at all. Like, a lot happens in that hour, but it's not as action packed as it is in the final 30 or 40 minutes or so. But with that being said, when it does take off, when it does kick up, man, it goes bonkers, and you really are on the edge of your seat, and you are curious to know how this film is going to end. And this is where I'm going to go into spoiler territory now. So if you haven't seen it, I would advise for you to see the movie first and then come back to the video. But I thought it was interesting that Dev Patel's character, once he makes it to that religious figure's, once he's in front of him, I thought it was interesting that Dev Patel had his character kill that religious figure and also have Dev Patel die as well. And what I took away from that was, yes, he got his revenge and he felt as though he made things right, but he also knew that he could not live in the world because of the fact that this man is the culprit of why Dev Patel's character doesn't have any family at all. He's the reason that he's just so lonely in the world. And I felt as though Dev Patel's character they felt as though they didn't have anywhere else to go or really anything to lose. And that's very evident throughout the film. Like, a lot of the fights that he gets in, he doesn't win. And the fights that he does win or come out on top, he's like messed up. Like, he's not going through this film unscathed at all. So he's definitely feeling the brutality of every fight that he finds himself in or seeks out. And I just think that we need more films that tackle religious extremism and how that plays not only just in the real world where it's happening, like in the region where it's happening, but how that affects the entire globe, like that affects people globally. So I think that I would rate this film a 9 out of 10. And the only reason that I would give it a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10 is because I felt as though it could have explored the religious leader just a little bit more. I needed a few more scenes with that character. But other than that, this film was phenomenal. I personally think that it's going to become a cult classic, and I'm really curious to see what Dev Patel's next film will be. So with that being said, drop your comments down below. What did you think about the film? And if you could, give me a follow and a share. See you next time.